15 hours ago, I left the ringside of Madison Square Garden, New York, carrying with me the videotape recording of one of the most extraordinary fights of all time. Now I'm in London to share with you the boxing experience of a lifetime. The amazing multi-million-dollar battle of champions between Joe Frazier and Cassius Clay for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world.
15 rounds for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Introducing, from Louisville, Kentucky, he's wearing red trunks. He weighs 215, undefeated in 31 bouts, scoring 25 knockouts. Here is Muhammad Ali. His opponent from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, he's wearing green trunks. He weighs 205.5 pounds, undefeated in 26 bouts, scoring 23 knockouts, the heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Frazier.
Good evening, Joe and Muhammad. Since this contest is for the final determination of the heavyweight championship of the world, we ask you to pay particular attention to the rules of the New York State Athletic Commission. In the event of a knockdown, you must take an 8 count. The other man must retire to the neutral corner. 3 knockdowns in 1 round will automatically end the contest. Break when I tell you to break. You will be penalized for any illegal blows. Shake hands now, men. Return to your corner. Hold it. There'll be no holding behind the head. Yes, sir.
The battle of the champions is about to take place. Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier. And Ali has said this man must fall in 6.
On 1.
Clay is 9.5 pounds heavier. He's 15 stone 5 against 14.9.5. He outreaches Frazier by 8.5 inches, and he's 4 inches taller. And Clay nonchalantly gets the first digs in. We shall see Frazier come forward like this, shuffling in, looking for the chance to get the big one in, and the big one with Frazier is the left hook. Clay dancing fast on the tassels on the shuffle shoes, twirling away. And the early points of the first minute are all Clay's. He picks his man off from a distance. And Clay looks out and says, he didn't hurt me. How can a man afford to do this? Here he is in the most important fight of his life, and he's treating the man with contempt. And Frazier gets picked off as he tries to move in, and he's going to have to take a lot of those jabs. Clay shakes his head again and says, no, that didn't hurt me. The whole point of this fight is whether Muhammad Ali can keep this sort of style up for 15 rounds. Can he wear down Frazier, or will Frazier eventually wear him down? The bell due, and Frazier scoring a little better towards the end. But the opening round has gone to Clay without any doubt. He's boxed his way to a victory in the first round. Frazier's on the short end of the points. Joe Frazier, 27 years old, 2 years younger, who, like Clay, has never lost a fight. 26 fights, 26 wins. Clay, 31 fights and 31 wins. Here's a playback of some of the action in the first round. Clay was always trying to dance away, and look at this sort of play acting as he looks around at 20,000 people and signifies that he hasn't been hurt by Frazier. And immediately Frazier looks for the chance to put the left hook across to the head. Actually, the style that Frazier said he'd use would be to go for the body, because if he said if you kill the body, then the head must die. And the speed of Clay gets the jabs in, but he doesn't stop Frazier getting in close to him. But when he does get in close, he ties him up. The superior strength of Clay, the bigger man, 9.5 pounds heavier, is telling at close quarters. A good right hand from Clay. Frazier's hook's falling short. That's a good left hook, and he gets it home to the head of Clay, and Clay's hurt, and he dances away from the ropes because he has to. What a good right hand from Clay. What a fight this is turning out to be. Frazier keeps coming forward, and this is what he's always going to do, and he has to take him as he comes in. Good left hook from Frazier. And these two will never go 15 rounds at this pace. This is a fight to a finish, and it looks like being an early finish one way or the other. Gloves up, he takes him on his arms, and he gives that little shake of the head again. No trouble, he says. He's been caught once or twice, but he's looking confident. And he's picking Frazier off all the time. And the jab is proving superior at the moment to the hooks of the world champion Joe Frazier. Two good solid punches from Frazier. This time Ali does not shake his head. Frazier pumping away all the time, but not always getting him in. A lot of them on the arms. And Clay really is out tonight to show us what he can do. And we've started with two magnificent rounds. And I make Clay, having won them both. Here we go again with some second round action. Frazier trying to storm through the jabs, to come through the punches that keep pouring into his head. The big hooks, trying to get him in. The arms, the forearms of Clay come up, and he protects himself and his body as Frazier moves inside, but he caught that one.
Round 3.
And Clay's talking to Frazier now. And Frazier is really out to get him. Well-timed shot. That's a good left hook, and he catches Clay this time. And these two are really testing each other for the full. This is the best heavyweight championship fight for many years. Frazier flogs his way through the defenses of Clay, and Clay takes a breather on the ropes. And the jab has slowed down from Clay. Not quite the snap to Clay's punching that there was in the first two rounds. But he's still able to pick his man off at long range because of that big 8.5-inch reach advantage. That's a good left hook, and there's a speck of blood on Clay's nose. Clay's bleeding from the nose at the end of round 3, and he's having to go through it on the rope. And that was Joe Frazier's round. A big finish there. Had Muhammad Ali bleeding from the nose. Angelo Dundee there gets to work on him. Here's the replay. Tremendous effort here made by Frazier towards the end of the 3rd round. And there was nothing Clay could do about it. He couldn't stop him coming at him. That's the big one. And Clay hasn't bothered to sit down for the last 30 seconds of the interval.
4.
So now this tremendous heavyweight championship resumes action, and Frazier straight at his man, and the punches are thumping through. They're getting past. And Clay now really needs the dancing feet and the artistry. One of these has to crack. Neither man has ever been beaten. One man will leave here tonight, the loser, and unlikely to come out of this on his feet either. Clay still whips the right hand in across the face of Frazier. No cuts yet, but Clay bleeding from the nose in the 3rd round. Round 4. A fight which has got off at a really incredible pace for a 15-round heavyweight championship. And already you can see that the two men beginning to slow because of the pace at which they went off. They couldn't keep it up. The greater number of punches being landed by Clay in this round. As he moves back, there's the big one, and he got hurt. But he's still got his wits about him. And he comes thumping back with 2 big ones himself. And this fight explodes into excitement from second to second. Frazier bulldozed his way through again. He was on the losing end on the first half of the round, and then in the second half he began to come strongly, just like he did in the 3rd. But he may not have won the round because there were a lot of punches put through by Muhammad Ali at the start of that round, until the really big one came across from Frazier. Here's the replay. 2 good punches. There's a big left hook from Joe Frazier, the favorite punch of this man. This is the one that destroys him. Well, we got 2 rounds. If this prediction of Muhammad Ali is to come true, he's at the 6th. And Frazier keeps coming, bounding across this ring, looking for his man all the time. And the former champion now under heavy pressure again. And it's noticeable that the talking has stopped. Clay's got his work cut out now with this fight, and he knows it. And Frazier this time snarls back at Clay as Clay catches him to the head. I don't know what he said, but obviously he was showing contempt for the punches. Frazier gets caught as he comes in. He's got a few bumps around his eyes now, Frazier. One of these has got a crack. And of the 2, Frazier is the more marked on the face now. And Frazier grins. He puts his hands down and he laughs. And he says, your punches aren't hurting me. And still he comes on. but he takes them as he comes in. They're point-scoring punches. This is a sensational fight. £1 million each. I don't know if any fighter's worth that, but these two are giving some value here. Frazier grins again. It's the fifth round. And no sign at all that Frazier's going to fall in 6. Now, this has been a pretty strong round and a good one for the former champion, Cassius Clay. He's done a lot of work, and he scored with a lot of punches, and Frazier takes a swipe at him as he goes back to his corner. But Frazier lost the round. Here's some more of the action from that 5th round. I'm going to get you. You can see that look written all over Frazier's face. So here they are now, the 6th round. Madison Square Garden in New York City. And this is the round that Muhammad Ali predicted just before the fight. This is the one he said he'd beat Frazier in.
All right, great boy. Step back. Step back.
Good left hook. These are two champions, and they're drawing the best out of each other. And they're really testing each other's strength and endurance. This is what he tried to do with Liston way back 7 years ago. That's exactly what he did with Liston. And funnily enough, round about this stage of the fight, the play's not worked much in this round. He's being pressured out of this run. Both of them now taking a breather. It's not surprising. They've both taken each other's punches well. We could be in for a very long fight here now by the look of it. It looked like ending quickly early on, but they've taken each other's best shots. And they both stood up to him. So we might be in for a long one. What a relentless style this man's got. Clay lets him do it. Shakes his head. What's he trying to do? Let Frazier wear himself out on him. And he plays about with him. How can a man afford to do this? He's got 10 seconds to make his prediction come true, and it's not going to work. And there's the bell, and the prediction has failed. And Muhammad Ali walks back to his corner and he shakes his head. The man has not fallen in 6, and so the infallibility of Muhammad Ali has come unstuck already in Madison Square Garden tonight. The man did not fall as predicted.
Round 7.
Well, Frazier predicted he'd win inside 10, so he's still got 4 rounds to make his come true. Oh, what a big thumping left hook that was. And although Clay shakes his head again, he felt that. Clay's picked him off with some good punches in this one. I wonder if one of these will lose heart. No doubt this is a Clay spectacular tonight. He's playing to the crowd as well as fighting Joe Frazier, and it takes a good man to do that. He's got the most dangerous man he's ever had in front of him, and he's not only dealing with him, but he's also giving the crowd their money's worth. This is really astounding, the way he treats this man, Frazier. And I think Clay's won this round because he's put in a lot of good shots. He's got a lot of good punches home. And I make that Clay's round, and I make Clay in front at this stage of the fight. Not by much, but I've got him ahead. So at the moment, it seems to me that the boxing skill of Muhammad Ali is just about got the edge over Frazier's slugging. But it's a precarious sort of lead, and it could be exploded at any time. Here's the big cry for Muhammad Ali. That's a tremendous shout for Muhammad Ali. He's got the crowd going with him, and he motions to Frazier and says, listen, they're rooting for me.
Round 8.
Hard kick, boy. Step back. Jump.
Good-looking jabs from Clay. When he really applies himself to it, he looks really good. And he looks as though he can handle Frazier when he really sets himself to it. But this windmill of a machine, this threshing machine that is Joe Frazier, still comes on at him. And occasionally, Clay gets entangled in it. There's nothing in those. Just going through the motions now, the Perron. There's a shot. He took him for a sucker there. He pulled the big one out. This is really extraordinary. These two are not so much fighting now, they're sparring. They're putting on an exhibition now in the middle of a World Heavyweight Championship fight. You won't see this very often. They're just messing about. What is going on? I'm surprised Arthur McCanty, the referee, hasn't moved in here and told him about this, because this is not fighting for the title. And the crowd's beginning to boo, and I don't blame them. People have paid more than £60 here for a ringside seat, and they want to fight. Well, they've had one so far. They can't grumble at what they've seen so far, but this is not fighting, this is exhibition stuff. Clay's talking to him again inside the clinch. McCanty says, come on, fight. And Clay motions to Frazier to come in into him. He's trying to dishearten Frazier by letting him take pot shots at him with the left hook and show him that he can stand there and take it. Being seen on closed-circuit television in more than 350 cinemas, theatres and sports arenas throughout North America, and in 33 in Great Britain. And Frazier is the one that loses his temper all the time. And Clay is contemptuous of him. But he hasn't yet won the fight. Now the counter cheers, as we watch this replay action, the counter cheers ring out in Madison Square Garden for Joe Frazier. Joe, 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 they shout. Well, this is the man with the title, and this man has got to come and get it.
Round 9.
Now maybe they'll settle down now and do some real fighting in the 9th. This is more like it. Frazier's got quite a few lumps and bumps on his face, but he's not cut.
All right, come on, break, boy. Step back, Joe.
Frazier not quite so jaunty as he comes forward. The spring's gone out of that bounding that we had earlier. And he's breathing hard. And he's breathing a lot harder than Clay is. But then at times he's working twice as hard. But not always twice as effectively. Nothing in those punches. Why does Clay mess about like this? That's a good left hook. And he asked for that one and he got it. There's a sort of strange death wish about Clay, as though he wants to tempt fate. And he's tempting it here because he's been hurt twice now in this round and he's done nothing in reply. He hangs his chin out and asks for it. Now, why should a man do that? He comes back well this time, Clay, but he needed to. Good left hook from Clay. One of the rare left hooks that he used. Now he's giving Frazier a working over, and Frazier goes back for the first time. Round 9, and Clay forced Frazier to retreat, and he retreated because he was getting hurt. Big sensation in the 9th. Frazier forced back and hurt. And for the first time, it looked to me as though one man began to weaken, and it wasn't this man. The one who began to weaken there was Frazier, because he backed up under severe pressure as Clay cut out the fooling and went to work, and this is how he did it. And there goes Frazier, backing off because he was getting hurt. Tremendous onslaught, a good left hook in reply by Frazier. And Frazier is liberally daubed with grease now around both eyes. And I think now he's really got to come and get Clay, because if he takes another hammering like the one he took in the 9th, he could be in real trouble. So now we'll look to Frazier to really come in and try and stop this man now. No sign at all that he's weakening the former champion. Frazier's really looking for him now. It was the left hook of Clay's that set the big attack going in the previous round. It seems to me as though Frazier can't put sustained attacks together any longer. He comes forward, but the punches are coming singly now rather than in clusters as they were earlier. And now Frazier's complaining about the referee and asking his manager to come and tell the referee to lay off him, because he feels he's getting a raw deal in the clinches. He's being told to lay off Clay, and he doesn't want it. And he looks at McCandy again as McCandy prizes them apart. Frazier wants to work in close, he doesn't want to be at a distance. Slight signs of desperation to me in Frazier's work now, but he's making the pace. Frazier said he'd win inside 10, and we've got less than a minute of the 10th to go. It looks as though both predictions will be wrong.
Okay.
1,
finished better by Clay and started better by Frazier. It's a reversal of what happened in the earlier rounds. Well, I think Clay lost that one. Frazier made most of the running. Here's the action again. Look at this style, reminiscent of Rocky Marciano. Frazier's coming in, bunched over, crouching over, hooking all the time, and ceaselessly chasing his man. Typical Rocky Marciano style of the 1950s.
Round 11.
They've kept up a tremendous pace. That's a slip. He got caught, but it was a slip. No compulsory count of 8. It was a slip.
All right, break, boys. Step back. Come on. Break. All right, break. Step back.
Again,
Come on.
Frazier hammers forward. And the former champion is very definitely looking for a rest in this one. Punches are getting through to Clay's head. Clay doing nothing. Incredible man he is, but he's not fighting. Frazier doesn't quite know what to do about it, so he plays along with it and then tries the big one. He tries to sneak one out of it, and he's made to miss. And Clay beckons him back. Frazier really goes after him, and he's got him with a left hook. He's done it once too often. Clay's in trouble. Round 11. He's hurt. He nearly went down. Here's the first great climax of this fight. The left hooks are thundering in. And Clay's in trouble, and he makes a face. It's a big round for Frazier. And he's hurt again, and he almost goes over. Clay's in real trouble. Now he really needs to move. Now, is he foxing or is he really hurt? He's hurt. Tremendous round for Frazier. The bell's coming up. Oh, and Clay's play acting again. He pretends he's hurt. And Clay was hurt, but not hurt as much as he was trying to make out. And Angelo Dundee shouts at him and says, "What are you doing?" Let's see that again now from that amazing round 11. This was Muhammad Ali at his worst, fooling about, taking chances, and then really getting hammered. And Clay this time is not standing. He takes as long a rest as he can get before he comes out.
12.
And now this could be the one for Frazier, because he's got his man in trouble. And suddenly Clay has evaporated. Frazier's really got his chance. And the former champion has really got to pull something out now. And he's in trouble again, and Frazier gets after him. And it looks as though the strength is beginning to drain out of Muhammad Ali. The legs have gone, he's not moving, and he's a standing target now for the big swings of Frazier. The 12th round. And this could be the first collapse of Cassius Clay. He hasn't been on the floor since 1963, and it was Henry Cooper who put him there then. And he looks as though he might go at any time now. Clay doing nothing, and his mouth coming open, and his legs have gone. And it's beginning to look as though it's going to need a miracle to pull Clay round. There's no more fooling, and there's no more dancing. Now he gets to work again. He's coming back. He's pulled himself together and he's coming back. And if this doesn't dishearten Frazier, nothing will. That's a good right hand. Good left hook from Clay again there, and he's hurt Frazier once or twice as the champions moved in on him. And so, the big question mark is up there again. Which one? Frazier looked to have it won, and he hasn't got it won. And he's got hurt again towards the end of that round. So the thing is wide open once again. Clay came through a bad patch and came out of it well and began to put the punches together and found the head of this man. This was Frazier on top in the 12th round, really on top. Some of the worst moments of the fight for Muhammad Ali. Look at the way people are standing in this jam-packed arena, Madison Square Garden, looking to see the fall of Clay, and it didn't come. And we've really got a tense situation boiling up here now. The tension absolutely electric now in Madison Square Garden, because now we've seen Clay come through a bad patch and we've seen him recover.
Hard, step back. Stop holding, boys.
And once again, the possibility opens up that Clay can win.
Hard, step back. I have it.
Catching Frazier with good punches again as the champion comes in. Good body shot there from Frazier. And these two have very nearly punched themselves out on each other. Clay started talking to him again. The eyes of Frazier look very puffed indeed now. But he's still in there to fight. Who's going to come out the stronger of this one? The side of Frazier's face looking puffed and raw, but still flogging in those body shots. And you can really hear them, the tremendous thumping punches into the body of Clay. He's been in that corner for a minute now. The bell coming up. So there we are, and we've got 2 to go, and it's not resolved. It's still not resolved. And all the signs we might get a full 15-rounder now. And I'm certain that Joe Frazier feels that he might have won this and should have won it possibly round about the 12th. Here's Frazier again in that last round, the 13th, really slogging those body punches home to Clay, and Clay taking them all and not going down. 14th coming up, 2 to go, and still anybody's championship. Frazier's only been 15 rounds once before, and that was with Oscar Bonavena. In his last fight, his second comeback fight, Clay went almost 15 rounds with Oscar Bonavena, stopped Bonavena in the closing minute. Tremendous lumps now have come up around Frazier's eyes. Clay still unmarked. But what his body must be feeling like, I dread to think. And tremendous and heated discussion going on all around the press tables here. People saying, who have you got in front? Who have you got in front? Because it's been an incredibly hard fight, really, to sum up, because some rounds have been so peculiar that you don't know how to score. I made Clay out in the early rounds, but not by much. And then he went through that sticky patch and has since come back well. It looks as though we're going to get a points decision. 14. Frazier talking to Clay. Two good punches from Clay. And I saw the inside of Frazier's mouth then as it popped open, and it really is red. He's bleeding inside the mouth, Frazier. He has soaked up some stick around the head. And his looks really are changing now. The shape of his face is changing. He's got so many lumps and bumps around his eyes. Good strong finish there by Muhammad Ali. And so we've got 3 minutes of action left in this amazing heavyweight championship fight, the multi-million-dollar fight, which could easily take $20 million around the world. These men being paid £1 million apiece. This is the sort of action we had in the 14th. And apart from 1 or 2 rounds when they've messed about, we've had action and tremendous action all the way. And it looks as though it's going to go the full 15 rounds. So that's the replay, and now we're back live, and this is it, the final 3 minutes of one of the most amazing World Heavyweight Championships of all time. Muhammad Ali trying to regain his title from the present champion, Joe Frazier. And who's to say at this point that he won't do it? Frazier's at last caught up with him. Tremendous left hook. He was up at 5, compulsory 8 count. So Clay down, the first knockdown of the fight. Tremendous left hook. Can Frazier now finish him in the last round? If he's down 3 times, then the fight is automatically stopped. And Clay is fighting for survival. We've got just over a minute and a half to go. And Clay can do nothing but hang on and hope. There's the left hook again, and he almost goes down from that one. And at this point, he looks a beaten man. The side of his face is swelling. You can see the side of Clay's face swelling where he took that tremendous left hook. He's like a man with toothache. What a finish and what a fight. And that knockdown has probably saved the title for Frazier. We've got 1 minute to go. The whole of the side of Clay's face, the right-hand side, is scarlet and swollen. And so this extraordinary fight saved a major sensation for the 15th round. 30 seconds to go. And Frazier grins over Clay's shoulder, and he grins at his corner. And Frazier has the look of the conqueror about him now as he finishes this fight. Here it comes. It's over and it's gone the distance. And Frazier gives him a contemptuous little pat on the head. And now all hell breaks loose as everybody tries to get into the ring. And the New York cops are up there to force them out. And we wait now for a referee and two judges to give us the verdict. But the Frazier camp know they've won. And he did it with the last round knockdown. Here's the replay. That fight must have been close, but that knockdown could make all the difference. And there is pandemonium in this ring.
Referee Arthur McCarthy scores it 8-6, 1 even for Frazier. Adi Idala 9-6 for Frazier. Bill wrecked 11 rounds for Frazier, 4 Rowley, 11-4. The winner by unanimous decision, and still heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Frazier.
A unanimous decision. Referee and both judges give it to Joe Frazier. Frazier remains the champion. And Muhammad Ali, the former Cassius Clay, is beaten at last. His 32nd fight, his first defeat, 29 years old. The legend and the myth, perhaps, of Muhammad Ali has been destroyed.